Hi guys, my name is Katrie and welcome back to another bookish video. Today I'm going to be doing the spring cleaning book tag because it is spring, even if it doesn't quite feel like where I am yet, it is spring. There's spring cleaning going on right now. I'm still currently unpacking, so everybody loves a good spring cleaning, right? So I saw this tag. I'm not sure who this originated from. If I find it, I will put it down below. If I don't, and you know, please let me know. Because this is definitely not my own tag, just one I saw going around Booktube. So yeah, let's begin. This is a tag and it has 8 questions, I believe, in it. And the first one we're starting out with, the struggle of getting started. That's always the worst part of spring cleaning, is just starting, right? Really, of anything. So the question that goes along with this one is a book or a series that you have really struggled to begin because of the size. This one, I'm going to be going with the Lord of the Rings series. Now, this isn't huge by any means compared to a lot of fantasy. This is only like about 400-ish pages. I believe the other books are around the same size. There's only 3 in the series. It's comparatively not that bad, but I'm not the biggest fantasy reader. So fantasy is already like a genre that I don't read as much, and I don't like read through it as quickly as I know others do either. And this is Tolkien. And Tolkien's writing is a little bit harder for some readers just because of how descriptive he is. And I don't know, my husband loves him. I'm just not sure if he will be my forte or not. I read The Hobbit and it was, you know, it was like okay. Some of his writing was really hard for me to get through. So this is one that the size and the genre and everything has just been so hard for me to get into. So I'd say Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry. I want to get into it though. I want to, and I will read them one day. Okay, and question number 2 is, well, the prompt is cleaning out the closet. I think most everybody needs to clean out the closet because you just end up dumping a whole bunch of extra stuff in the closet. And right now my closet's probably the cleanest it's ever been because we're just starting to unpack things in the closet. So yay for that. But the prompt that goes with this, or the question that goes with this prompt, is a book or a book series that you want to unhaul. And for that one, I have Emma by Jane Austen. I've heard good things about this book. I have, and it's made me keep hold of it and be like, I'm going to try it again. But I had to read this for high school and I only got about halfway through, and somehow I convinced my mother to let me stop reading it. I gave her such a detailed monologue of why I hated the book and why I shouldn't be forced to continue to read the book, that she caved and didn't make me continue to read it. So honestly, I don't really know if I want to read the book again. I had a small inkling and I was like, oh, when I heard people talking about it, I was like, maybe I was just a dumb teenager. But honestly, I just don't know. I feel like it's just time to get it off my shelf and to stop trying to force myself to read it when I don't want to read it and did not enjoy it the first time. I'm sorry, Jane Austen. But yeah, so Emma is my book that I need to say goodbye to. All right, and the third prompt is opening windows and letting the fresh air in. When the temperatures start to rise, oh my goodness, and it's not freezing cold outside, you just want to open up those windows and just let the air in, feel the spring, be able to smell the fresh grass growing. It is wonderful. And if you don't do that, I'm so sorry, but you really should. Even if you only get a day or 2 like that, because some places and some, you know, with the seasons, they only get a couple good days out of it, but you can still use those good days. And so the question that goes with this prompt is a book that was refreshing. And I was like, refreshing? What do they mean refreshing? And then I was like, oh, you know what? I know exactly what book I want to do for this. And I picked Nonsense You by Dulcie Dameron. I did read this right after a really bad romance, so it was definitely refreshing, but it was also just refreshing in the sense of refreshing to have faith content in a romance, refreshing to not be all over sexualized or just that be the main plot or the main angle. It was just so refreshing to have it be an overarching, so much more to the relationship, and for there to be relationship with Christ and the overarching message of forgiveness just in any and every situation too. It was so refreshing to have all of these different aspects in a book, and I'm so excited to dive more into the Christian romance genre because of this book. So I would definitely say, as of recently, this has been the most refreshing book I have read. Just a breath of fresh air. And prompt number 4 is washing out your sheet stains. I feel like I don't know, like I wash my sheets pretty periodically, but I don't like particularly try to wash out stains in springtime. I mean, I just wash the sheets, and I guess I'm lucky I haven't had a whole lot of stained sheets yet, so fingers crossed on that. But the question for this one is a book you wish you could rewrite a scene in, and I wasn't really sure on this question or this prompt. My husband kind of helped me, and he was like, well, whenever a romance book has like a sex scene in it or something, you wish you could like rewrite it or take it out. And I was like, well, yeah, so that could work. I also thought of, in high school, another book that I had to read for school was Frankenstein. And I hated Frankenstein so much, that I was determined I could rewrite the entire book and make it better. And I believe I started to, and I believe I got through like the first couple like scenes of the book. I don't think I continued. I know that's an absolutely ridiculous like teenage notion to make, but I figured that could also work for this prompt because I did try to do it apparently. So yeah, Frankenstein, and I don't have the book anymore because didn't want to keep it. And just romance books in general, some of the overly smutty sexualized scenes that just especially feel out of place entirely. I feel like most of them just don't even like mesh with the story most of the time. It's just like abrupt, yep, we're putting this in here because smut. So yeah, that would be my answer for that one. All right, and number 5 is throwing out unnecessary knickknacks. This is the time where you kind of splurge, you unhaul things out of your house. You just get all of it out. You go through the junk drawer for like once a year, right? And you get all those unnecessary knickknacks out. And so this one is a book in a series that you didn't feel was necessary. Now, let me be honest with you guys. I haven't read a ton of series. I know a lot of people on Booktube read a lot more fantasy, and they read a lot more series in general, and I don't read as many series, and I haven't read as many series, so I don't really have any series that stood out to me in particular, but I did think of a book that I just kind of thought the entire book was unnecessary, and that was one that I read this year. It was Never Ever Getting Back Together by Phoebe McLeod. Y'all, that was just such a pointless romance that it's weird to call it a romance. It's just the story and everything just seems so pointless and unnecessary, and like, what is the storyline? So yeah, I'm kind of cheating on that one, but I don't have a series, so sorry. Number 6 is polishing the doorknobs. I don't know about you guys, but I've never polished the doorknobs before, and now I want to try to polish the doorknobs because I'm like, is this a thing we should be doing? Do y'all polish your doorknobs? Please let me know in the comments. And the question that goes with this one is a book that has a clean finish. So for this one, I went with one of my all-time favorite books, and that is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is one of the best mystery thriller books I've ever read. The ending has a clean finish. The epilogue, if you care to read it, some people don't, and you don't have to read it to actually like know it's still such a clean finish without it. But if you do, it's still top tier. Just such a clean finish. Love, love, love this book. All right, and number 7 is Reaching to Dust the Fan. That is not something that we love to do, but that is something that we will do when we are spring cleaning. Am I right, girls? And so the question that goes with this one is a book that tried too hard to relay a certain message. I had a little bit of a hard time thinking of this. I was like, I finally landed on The Color Purple. I'm kind of twisting the way I'm interpreting this question, I think, but for me, The Color Purple, Alice Walker's writing just overly conveys how much she hates men. I read this and I was like, wow, I have never read anything so much where it's like, men are all evil, women are all wonderful, no matter if we're doing the same thing. Men are evil, they're hateful, they're horrible beings, and women can do no wrong. I was like, calm down. That message was conveyed loud and clear through her writing to me. Loud and clear. She tried way too hard. So much so that it's disturbingly like unpleasant to me. This is one of my most hated books for me. So yeah, it's not necessarily like entirely message of the story type of thing that it's just the way she wrote it and how she did everything very much conveyed that message to me, and it was very unpleasant to read. So, all right, and the 8th and final prompt is the tiring yet satisfying finish at the end of spring cleaning. It is tiring to get through all of the deep cleaning of spring cleaning, but it feels so good and you feel so refreshed and brand new at the start of the season. And so the question that goes with this one is a book or series that was tiring to get through, yet so satisfying to reach the finish. And for that, I picked The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandra Dumas. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I feel like I'm always apologizing for butchering authors' names, so if you've been here a while, I'm sorry. I'm just bad at it, so please don't fault me. But anyway, I went with The Count of Monte Cristo. I read this this year, and this was a chunker to get through, and I didn't even read the full version. I read the abridged version, which is just like 530-ish, 540 pages. I don't read a lot of books over 350, 400, so, and this is a classic. So this was a bit tiring, and it did take me quite a while to get through, but it was so satisfying along the way, and most definitely satisfying to reach the end and to have finished this chunker. It was wonderful. It really was. So if you guys are wanting a big book, or, you know, like one that'll give you a challenge and one that you want to feel that kind of satisfaction just getting through it, I would definitely recommend The Count of Monte Cristo for you guys. So, all right, guys, that is everything for the spring cleaning book tag. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I wish you happy reading this month, and I will see you guys in my very next video. All right, bye.